What's up, everybody? How is everyone doing? We're not doing the formal what's up creepers and geekers, you know, all that stuff. This video is going to be directed specifically for Mr. Ben Hack, but everyone's more than welcome to watch this, and maybe if you have ideas, you could pass it forward as well. But I have a project I've been wanting to get done for a long time, and we actually just did a live stream of me goofing around with this thing. And everyone keeps telling me, well, since you can't figure it out, see if Ben Hack will help. See if Ben Hack will help. So that's what this video is for. It's a formal video request for help. It's an SOS, if you will, a technical SOS. That said, please, if you guys want to share this to him, tag him more than anything. Please don't overwhelm his inboxes. I'm pretty sure they already get overwhelmed, but in the off chance that he's able to see this, some help would be great. But again, I don't want this guy to get so bombarded with my video that he just says, you know what, F this kid. Please don't do that to me. So before we get to my request, Ben, let me introduce you to the Synth Cart. If you've never seen or heard it, I'm pretty darn sure you know exactly what it is. But it's basically a cartridge that allows you to use the sounds of the Atari 2600 in a musical instrument capacity. And depending on what you do with any of the switches, including the difficulty switches in the back, it changes like waveforms and stuff like that. I don't really know much about synth per se. I am a musician, mostly a guitar player. But I've been wanting to get into some alternative music style things, not college radio, but using things like this. I have the Minty synth. I'm sure you've heard of that. We've played around with that here on a live stream as well as this. The way you control the Synth Cart is through these touch pads. Or you could use the other one that was made for basic and they click together with those little buttons. This one's a little bit better, but they're still not ideal for the job. Let me see if I get this still hooked up. There we go. So they give you an idea what goes on. You know, this one changes the beat. Or you can flip the switches around and make it sound, you know, like whatever. You can make these individual notes or beats. This one right here is usually your individual notes. And it changes with... There we go. Either way, you play around with the darn thing, and you can get all kinds of different sounds. And on the TV screen, you get all this information that changes when you play around with the, you know, the switches and everything to tell you what you're doing, what you should be doing, and or, you know, what's going on, at least with the signal, and how to, I guess, produce it. I don't know. So after that horrible description as to what the Synth Cart is and does and all that stuff, my idea here is legit to make a console that I can use as a musical instrument, not have to worry about multiple components and what have you, you know? Basically everything built into one convenient box. I have two examples here, and they're not set in stone, but one's the ideal version, and one's kind of like my skill set. We'll start with that. I was actually going to produce a box to cradle the 2600 in, and then I was going to get... I don't want to destroy any of these. These are great controllers. But maybe get myself the that big blue kids controller, and I was going to hand wire each arcade button. These represent arcade buttons, much like Doc Brown. Please pay no attention to the scale, not in scale. Where everything would be wired inside the box, but I'd be able to remove the 2600. You know, maybe it's just more cradled in there than it is anything else, but the buttons are built in to the unit with some kind of a sound out. That's the important part, the sound out, because I don't want to lug a TV everywhere I go, and miking up a TV speaker probably isn't the most ideal for sonic pleasure, if you will. But as you can see here, this is the basic layout of something that I might do myself if I can't seem to acquire any help. And maybe you could work with this itself. Ideally, though, it would become its own thing. I have a 4-switch Woody that has a couple of broken switch tips that I can send to you that you can hack to pieces and make new buttons and everything for it to install in the console. And as you can see here, all I have is a cartridge port and like maybe a small little 4-inch TV either here or here. Not, that's an option. Only so I can see what's going on the screen when I'm switching through all the different, I guess we'll call them banks. I don't know. Also in this one, you have square buttons over here. This one I would prefer to be red, and the rest, white or whatever, or maybe orange. Maybe we could do orange here. No, white. Let's do white. This stops the beat. When I'm hitting this to make the beat, if I want to stop it at any time, that's primarily what this button's for. And then orange arcade buttons going across, or maybe actual keys. No black keys like on the keyboard. Just straight in a row. And again, an AV out. These here are the switches that would have been on the console. This is your power. This is your black and white switch. Your left and right difficulty switches. And I would say, buttons for the select and reset. Again, aside from the control layout, all of this is optional. This is how I would prefer the actual layout to be. And, of course, sound out. I have plenty of little amps, plenty of little speakers I can connect it to. I don't think I would want to go Bluetooth with this and have a Bluetooth speaker. I would rather just have a small acoustic, an electric acoustic amp, or just like a little practice amp or something. And I would love to throw effects through it on the way out. The sound out would be a 1/4-inch jack, much like you would use in a standard electric guitar or something like that. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's very doable, especially with your skill set and resources. And not to mention, I don't want this to be exclusive to just me or just you or us. My goal is for you, if you're willing to take on the project for me, because I don't really have much money at all. I can make something for you. I'm an artist. But more importantly, I'm not the only one on the planet with one of these. And though it is fun watching what people come up with, and there are a couple of creative. One guy made a Lego keypad, and that's very typical of what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll put a link to that guy down below. But other people who have the Synth Cart and want a convenient way to do what I'm doing, because let's face it, carrying around a TV, carrying around a console, and all these things, and getting it hooked up, and trying to figure out with these damn wires to keep them where you want them to go. It's fun at home, but if I were to go to a practice situation or a recording situation, it wouldn't be practical at all. I would do it, and I absolutely will, if necessary. But after, over at least a year, maybe even 2, people keep telling me, dude, just reach out to Ben. Just reach out to Ben. The worst he could say is no. So I figured, what the heck, it would make good content for you. I would benefit from having the thing itself. And I'm sure you would put the files for whatever processes you use. Or maybe use like PCB Wave or something. I think you used to endorse them quite a bit. Regardless, benefit other people. Benefit other people who want to also create legit music using their Atari VCS/2600. Ben, so please, if you're looking for something fun to do on your channel, I don't think I've seen you do anything musically like this with it. I'll have to double check. You'll have to excuse me. I have memory issues from years of working in corrections and getting hit in the head. Getting hit in the head and violence growing up on the streets of Boston, the mean streets of Melrose, Massachusetts. But I'm willing to send you everything. I'm willing to send you everything that I have so that you can, go over it all. And if you need to use it and it never comes back, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if you're willing, I believe my email is down in the comments. If not, it's Christopher_call@ymail.com. Yes, ymail, not Gmail. I'm apparently the only cat on the planet with a ymail. It's Yahoo's version of Gmail, But Ben, regardless, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I really do. And if you're willing to take this on, please reach out. Because this would be kind of like a dream project for me. And if I don't hear back after so long, I'll probably still go forth with trying to find a couple of those big blue kids controllers and just hopefully not mess it up. But wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well, Ben. And God, I don't normally sign off like this, so I'll just give you my typical take care, creep it real. Get it? Because I'm the Atari creep, always creeping it real. And bye-bye.